60th birthday was last August, and a number of you familiar faces were familiar there. The year before, on my 59th birthday, I decided that I wanted to be a published author by the time I was 60. And I knew I couldn't do that writing a full book with paragraphs and sentences with capital letters and all that. So I decided the only way I was going to be able to do that was to write poetry. So on my 59th birthday, I decided I'd write a poem a day. And at the end of that year, I'd have 365, and it'd be easy to pick up a book. Well, I didn't get anywhere near that, but I did get about 120 poems, which is about one every 3 days, and that's not too bad. So of that, I had to make a selection. I decided, well, how many? And I thought, well, I'm 59, so such as 60. That's how I got that title. So I have a book, 2 books actually. One friend helped me publish a book with no pictures, 59 poems, and the other friend, Janison, who's filming this event, so if you don't want your lovely face in it, you'll have to let her know after. She designed the book with pictures, put it all together, and then counted the images up after. By coincidence, she also had 59 images. So that's where that title South of 60 came from. This one's called Blah Blah Blah. A friend told me to write a poem, call it Blah Blah Blah, to pop it in when I waxed philosophically. We spoke of suffering as pain times resistance. I said I was learning to drop the resistance. It's called wisdom, the body's compensation for getting old. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, she said, exactly. Earlier today, moments of profound presence in the boardroom of a local agency, eating ham sandwiches on rye, while the executive director updated us on the latest government inefficiency, blah, blah, blah. I left before the meeting ended. Later, we sat in a tea shop discussing the merits of meditation and mindfulness while drinking black tea from an estate in India. The tea was delicious. So was the conversation, blah, blah, blah. Now it's deep, dark evening. I sit here alone, as I've done often before. The opposite of misery is not happiness, it's peace, and it's here now, blah, blah, blah. Poetry is a wonderful way to present material because 3 of us, 3 poets, each of us read for 15 minutes and presented, I think, a really wide range of experience and what words can do. And then also, I think, being part of a group experience, 30 or 40 of us in that room sharing it together, especially on a cold December night in Canada, that's an experience it bonds us. You can imagine, doing something like that 100 years ago, or people get together for dances or music. It's just similar to that now. So I felt like I was contributing to forming the community, to keeping a community bonded together in a bit of a different way, sort of just adding another flavor to whatever stew or whatever mix the community might be. There are friends that I haven't been very connected with over the years as time goes by and friendships come in and out, and I realize again here how important having friends is. They helped organize this whole event. They came to the event, and I think what the event has helped me to do is be more open. It's very getting up in front of a crowd and reading your poetry. It's kind of like saying, okay, here I am, have a look at me. There are other people, my close friends, and then there's others that I want to just reach out a bit more and reconnect with and
kind of do it just in a more open way. A lot of times I get pretty uptight around what do they like me or not like me, or I wish I could be part of that group, but I'm not in it. How could I be? Or no, I don't want to be in that group. Or I get all sorts of conflicting things. You know, it sounds familiar from being a teenager even. And I would say another goal, I realized through the last night, and that is to keep writing poetry and to keep painting, because I think it is important to me, but it also does have an effect on others, and gives people pleasure at times. But I think it also, people see that and it maybe touches a little inspiration inside them, and if I can help someone else live their life in a more full way, or a bit of a more fun way, whatever, then great. I'd like to be part of that. I try not to consider what I do with my life a waste of time. I used to use that phrase, waste of my life, waste of time. I try not to dwell on those thoughts anymore, because that's just another waste of time. Dwelling on a waste of time is a waste of time.
Put your heart in every day. Everybody lost and found. Well, they say you learn a lesson every day.